Welcome in to the Fearless Football Forecast, powered by Greenville Utilities on Pirate Radio 1250 and 930 online at reflector.com. I am Cliff Brock. Joining me today for the Week 2 playoff edition, second round of the playoff edition of the Fearless Football Forecast. Tony Castleberry's here.
That's me. Missed you guys last week. Did you miss me?
Jordan Anderson's here.
Good to see you, Cliff.
Tony, we did. Ronnie Woodward did a great job. But
he always does.
He's not you.
That's a fair point.
If
you put he and I beside each other, you would know which is which.
That's true. You look nothing alike. Speak nothing alike.
No.
The volume level, nothing alike.
That is very true.
All right, guys, 3 teams still alive. Good week last week. Farmville Central, unfortunately, bowed out in the first round of the playoffs, but Aiden Grifton survived and advanced. They win on the road. And they'll have to do it again, Tony, against a very good team that they've already lost to this season in Kinston.
Yeah, you win that first playoff game and you're feeling good about yourself, and then you see, we're going to go play a team that doesn't seem like it can be beat. Hasn't been beaten this season, and won pretty convincingly over Aiden Grifton in the first matchup. I think I picked AG in that game, but that was definitely wrong. I shouldn't have done that. And I mean, it would be hard to pick against Kinston, but Aiden Grifton has some success against them in recent history. Probably not out of the realm of a possibility of them beating them, but boy, Kinston's really rolling.
Jordan, Kinston knocked off Green Central. They knock off Aiden Grifton. They're the team to beat in their conference. They could be the team to beat in their classification.
Yeah.
What happens when they take on Aiden Grifton for a second time?
And, Tony mentioned it there. I would not be surprised to see Aiden Grifton go up there and pull a win, but it's going to be really tough to do. I mean, they played them close the first time that they met in the regular season, and just they weren't deep enough to overcome the strength that Kinston has, and then they also just had some mistakes that kind of crept up and bit them at some bad times. If they can eliminate those, I think this week will be closer. But like you said, I mean, it's going to take a nearly perfect performance for them to go up there and get the win. I'm not sure they have it in them.
Yeah.
All right, so I don't know if any of you have made a pick.
No.
Are you not picking this week?
I'm picking a motivated Kinston team.
Okay.
I think they have state championship aspirations, and this is probably just another step in that direction.
Yeah, I think Aiden Grifton goes up there and gives them a fight, but Kinston comes out on top.
All right, so looking forward to a good game, but a Kinston victory coming up on Friday night. J.H. Rose continuing to pile up the points this week. They go to Cape Fear. Jordan, I don't know a lot about Cape Fear.
Me either.
No, it's up Fayetteville area, so that's going to be a long trip for Rose, and that may be a wild card here. But like you mentioned, I mean, last week they get a running clock in the first round of the playoffs. Which,
wow,
if you're in the playoffs, you got to be at least somewhat solid. And for Rose to just roll over Hills the way that they did was impressive. But they've done it all year. I mean, it's nothing different than what they've done all year. I mean, we've beat it to death every week of just the offensive power that they've had. They only gave up 16 points, which is a pretty solid defensive outing for them. So they it's a tough trip. Cape Fear's got they've got some talent. They got a pretty good dual threat quarterback who can throw the ball and make some plays on the ground. So it'll be a challenge. But I think Rose, I mean, we were just talking about it off air. If they get a win here and Conley wins, which we'll talk about in the next matchup, those two wind up matched up next week, and you got to believe that's starting to creep into some minds. So
sure.
I think they go up there and get a win, and at least from on their end try to set that up next week.
All right, Jordan taking the rampants. Tony, think of their defense playing well.
Yeah,
they're scary.
Absolutely. And speaking of scary, Cape Fear, scary movie.
I'm very scared.
Do you remember the Robert De Niro scene in the theater?
Are you going to read it?
Yes! If I had a cigar, it'd be even better. But, yeah, that's all I know about Cape Fear. I don't know much about their team. I know that they're probably in for a loss this week because Rose is just almost an unstoppable force at this point, led by Cornell Powell. It seems like he makes an impression as soon as the game gets started. Doesn't let up from there. I think Rose wins pretty easily.
Speaking of impressions, great impression of Robert De Niro at Cape Fear. All right, so Rose advances, you guys say.
Yeah, I
face
do.
The Northern Durham Conley winner.
Yep.
That's interesting, right? That would be a lot of fun.
I think that game would sell out.
Do you think so? Will it happen, Tony Castleberry? Can Conley knock off Northern Durham at home?
I think Conley might have an even easier road going against a 6-6 Northern Durham team that really has gotten hot in the second half of the year. To get this far in the playoffs, though, I'm kind of surprised that a 6-6 team has made it that far. But, we talk about how great Conley's been and how high-powered that offense is. The way how multifaceted Conley's offense is impressive to me. They can run with McLaughlin. They can run and pass with Holton Ahlers. all of those things combined lead me to believe that they're going to win easily and set up that much-awaited matchup with Rose.
Jordan, anything to disagree with there?
No, I mean, Northern Durham, like you said, they started 0-5, so they've won six of their last 7.
Yeah.
They're averaging about 27 points a game, and Conley's defense, they showed some holes last week that were kind of reminiscent of some of the ones that they showed earlier in the year, but Holt Mailer's was outstanding, and they were able to overcome that. So Northern Durham, they've got some talent and some offensive weapons. They got a running back in Dominique McNeil who's rushed for over 1,000 yards this year, but I think Conley, they're kind of a lot like Rose. Their offense is just rolling so well right now. The defense will be able to make enough plays to set up that matchup for next week.
Yeah.
Jordan Anders, Tony Castleberry going with D.H. Conley, going with J.H. Rose, and taking Kinston. Guys, it'd be great if we're here next week talking about an Aiden-Grifton upset and previewing a Rose-Conley matchup on the Fearless Football Forecast.
I think the second part of that is definitely going to come true.
That's going to be awesome coming up next week. On the Fearless Football Forecast, powered by Greenville Utilities on Pirate Radio 1250 and 930. Online at reflector.com. Tony, Jordan, we'll see you guys next week.
Thanks for having us.
Yes, sir.